You were being chased, or you were falling, or someone you loved was standing right in front of you, and you could not reach them. You woke up, heart still racing. The room was ordinary, safe, nothing had happened. And yet, something in you was still running, still falling, still reaching. That feeling, that strange wordless residue a dream leaves behind, is not random. It is not noise. It is not your brain misfiring in the dark. It is a message, and it was written specifically for you. We like to believe we know ourselves. We have explanations for our moods, reasons for our choices, names for what we feel. We move through the day composed, functional, in control, and we tell ourselves that is who we are. But beneath that version of you, there is another. One that does not perform, one that does not explain, one that has been quietly holding everything you did not have time to feel. Every fear you suppressed because there was work to do. Every grief you set aside because others needed you to be strong. Every longing you dismissed because it felt too vulnerable to name. That part of you does not have a voice in daylight. But at night, when the thinking mind loosens, when control softens, when the world becomes quiet enough, it begins to speak. And it speaks in the only language the conscious mind cannot edit. Symbol, image, feeling, atmosphere. This is what a dream is, not a malfunction, a transmission. The house in your dream is rarely about a house. It is about your inner world, the rooms you live in, the doors you have locked, the parts of yourself you have not entered yet. Water is almost never just water. It is emotion, depth, what is moving beneath the surface. A flood does not mean disaster. It means something emotional has grown too large to be contained any longer. Being chased is not about being in danger. It is about something inside you that you keep running from. An old fear, an unresolved truth, a conversation you have been postponing with yourself. And losing something in a dream, a child, a home, a key, a voice, is almost never about loss itself. It is about the terror of becoming someone who cannot be held, who cannot find their way back, who is not enough. Dreams do not lie to you. They do not exaggerate for dramatic effect. They show you exactly what is present, just not in the language you are used to. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. The first dream. You are in your childhood home, but something is wrong with it. The rooms are rearranged. There is a door you do not recognize. The hallway goes further than it should. You feel a pull toward that door, and also a deep, quiet dread. You wake up before you open it. This dream is not about your childhood. It is about your inner architecture, the self you built early in life, the emotional rooms you learned to live in, and the parts of yourself you sealed off because they felt too dangerous to enter. That unrecognized door is not a threat. It is an invitation to a part of yourself that has been waiting, patiently, quietly, for you to be ready. The dread you felt is not a signal to stay away. It is the feeling of standing at the edge of something real. The second dream. You are taking an exam, but you have not studied, or you cannot find the room, or the questions are in a language you almost understand, but not quite. Time is running out. Everyone around you seems to know exactly what they are doing. You wake up exhausted, as if you failed at something that has not even happened yet. This dream almost never appears in people who are failing. It appears in people who are holding themselves to a standard that cannot be met. People who learned early that their worth was conditional, that love, approval, safety, all of it depended on performance. The exam in the dream is not a test of your knowledge. It is the test you have been giving yourself every single day. And the dream is not punishing you. It is showing you what you are still carrying so that you can finally put it down. The third dream. Someone you have lost, a person who died, or a relationship that ended, or a version of yourself you left behind, appears in your dream as if nothing happened. You are together. It feels ordinary. It feels right. And then you wake up, and the loss arrives again, fresh, sharp, immediate, as if no time has passed at all. These dreams are among the most painful, and among the most important, because grief does not follow the timeline we assign to it. The mind moves on. It has to. But the inner world holds what the mind has agreed to release. This dream is not keeping you stuck. It is showing you that something in you has not finished with this loss yet. Not because you are broken, but because what you lost was real, and real things deserve to be mourned fully, not just functionally. And here is where most people stop. They feel the emotion. They think that was strange, or that was intense, or I wonder what that means. And then the day begins, and the dream fades, and the message never quite lands. Because a dream alone can only tell you what. It takes something more to understand why now. Why this dream? At this point in your life, in this season, at this threshold. That is where astrology changes everything. Your birth chart is not a personality quiz. It is a map of your inner world. It shows your emotional architecture, where you feel deeply, where you protect yourself, where you hunger for love, where you still carry wounds you may not be fully aware of. It shows your patterns, your fears, your desires, the places where you are still learning to trust yourself. And transits, the planets moving through the sky right now, show what is being activated inside you at this moment, what is being touched, what is being opened, what is ready to surface. So when a powerful dream appears during a significant transit, it is not a coincidence. The dream and the transit are speaking the same language. They are pointing at the same thing. Neptune moving through your chart opens a door that is usually sealed. The boundary between the conscious and the unconscious becomes thin, permeable. Dreams under Neptune feel impossible to describe, haunting, beautiful, fluid, as if they belong to another dimension of yourself. They blur the line between memory and longing, between what happened and what you have never been able to forget. If your dreams lately feel more like poetry than story, like something you almost understood but lost the moment you woke, Neptune may be speaking. Pluto does not knock gently. Pluto goes directly to what has been buried. Dreams under Pluto are intense, unforgettable, sometimes terrifying. They expose what you have hidden even from yourself, hidden rage, old grief, the fear that something in you is beyond repair. But here is what most people do not realize about Pluto. The dreams it sends are not trying to destroy you. They are trying to free you from an identity that no longer fits, from a story you have outgrown but are afraid to leave behind. Pluto's dreams do not just touch you, they change you. Saturn brings a different kind of darkness. Not chaos, but weight, dreams full of pressure, constriction, impossible tasks that are never finished. The feeling of being judged by something that never speaks, only watches. These are not punishments. They are Saturn asking a question you have been avoiding. What are you carrying that was never yours to carry? What would you be if you finally stopped performing strength? And the moon. The moon brings the most intimate dreams of all, the ones about people you have not thought of in years, the ones that make you cry without knowing why, the ones that feel less like a dream and more like a truth you had almost forgotten about yourself. When the moon is activated in your chart, your inner world is not whispering, it is speaking directly, and what it is saying is almost always about love, about the need to be seen, about the fear that you are not. This is the combination that most dream interpretation misses. Not just, what does this symbol mean, but what is happening in your chart that is making this symbol appear now. A dream about being lost means something different when Neptune is crossing your ascendant, compared to when Saturn is transiting your fourth house. The symbol is the same, the meaning is different, because you are different at this specific moment in your life. And your chart knows it, your dreams know it. Together, they are showing you exactly where you are, not to frighten you, to orient you. So if you have been having dreams that stay with you, intense, repetitive, emotional, impossible to shake, pay attention. Not to the story, not to the literal image, not to the fear on the surface. Pay attention to the feeling underneath. Ask yourself, what emotion did this dream leave in my body? Not what happened, but what did I feel? Fear, grief, longing, shame, an unbearable tenderness. That feeling is the message. The image was just the envelope it arrived in. And then look at your chart. Look at what is being activated right now. Look at where the pressure is, where the opening is, where the invitation is. Because there is always a conversation happening between your inner world and the sky. Most people never learn to read it. But once you do, the dreams stop feeling like symptoms of something wrong. They start feeling like intelligence, like precision, like a part of you that has always known what you needed and has been trying, patiently, in the only language available to it, to make sure you finally understood. Dreams are the most honest voice you will ever hear, not the loudest, not the most convenient, but the most honest, because they do not know how to protect your ego. They do not soften the truth to spare your feelings. They show you what is real inside you, what is alive, what is hurting, what is ready, what has been waiting for the exact moment you were finally able to hear it. That moment, for many people, is now, not because something is wrong with you, but because something in you is ready to be understood, and your dreams have been waiting for this. The inner self does not shout, it does not force, it does not break down the door. It dreams, and it waits, until you are quiet enough to listen. If you are ready to go deeper, a personal dream reading is available for you. You can choose a basic interpretation or a full dream and astrology transit analysis. The link is below.